Hello and welcome back to Culinary. Today we're making a different take on classic apple pie. We called it apples and oranges and you will see why. Buttery, delicious, and it's giving Christmas and summer all at the same time. Let's begin. And we'll start with preparing the crust. So for the dough we'll need 300 grams of plain flour, 60 grams of icing sugar, a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder. And that's all the dry ingredients. We'll sift them into a bowl. Don't skip this step. Look and see why. So the recipe for this pie is also different than the original apple pie. It's interesting and it's very, very delicious. Hope you try it. Now we're going to add that to a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a pastry cutter to combine flour and butter, and it looks like this. You can do it in a bowl, cutting butter and flour together to create the dough. 120 grams of cold, not frozen, just fridge cold butter. And now we're going to mix it together to crumb consistency. It only takes 10 seconds and the butter and flour are nicely incorporated. And to that we're going to add 50 grams of sour cream, 1 large egg, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk it together. So now we're adding this mixture to the flour and butter and just mix until it starts to clump together. Just pulsing it, we don't want to over mix it. Let's check. Yeah, that's fine. Very lightly flour your worktop and transfer the dough. And now just push it together. It's not a yeast dough, we don't need to knead it. Just push it together. Make it nice and matte, so it will be easier for us to shape it into a disc. Such a beautiful dough, thanks to the egg and the sour cream addition. Now we're going to wrap it in a piece of cling film and put it in the fridge for approximately an hour, or for as long as it will take us to prepare the filling and cool it. Now we're going to prepare the apples and the orange. You need to wash and scrub the orange because we don't know where it's been. We don't know if it was waxed or if it was sprayed with pesticides. Anyway, wash it and scrub it well because we need the zest and the juice of the orange. And 6 apples, peel, core, and cut into cubes. So that's all the apples I peeled and cored. And now we're just going to cut them into slices and then into small cubes. So that's it, all the apples are chopped. Now we're going to add 25 grams of butter into a skillet and all of the apples. Looks like a lot, but that's exactly how much we need. 100 grams of sugar. I'm adding 100 grams because Granny Smith apples that I'm using today are quite tart, so they need more sugar. If you're using sweet apples, you can reduce the sugar. And on top of that, we're going to grate the orange. The combination of apples and oranges is amazing. So that's it. And lastly, we're adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon, which goes really well with both apples and oranges. Now we're going to bring it to the stove. On a medium-low heat, we're going to wait until the butter melts and the apples will release the juices and also the sugar melts. So we'll have plenty of juice here. So just let it be for a minute. As the apples are cooking, we're going to prepare the juice. And to that, we're adding a teaspoon of corn flour or cornstarch. Stir it to dissolve the starch because corn flour dissolves very well in any cold liquid. So that's it, ready to go. Let's check our apples. So it's been 5 minutes and you can see how much juices it produced. So we're just going to cook them down for another couple of minutes, just to cook the apples a little bit more and evaporate the juices just a tiny bit. Just 2 minutes exactly. So it's been 2 minutes and the sauce has thickened, and we're going to turn the heat off and pour the mixture into a plate. So we're just pouring it into a shallow dinner plate to let it cool as quickly as possible because our dough is waiting in the fridge. Just from time to time, come and stir it until it cools down to room temperature. So our filling has completely cooled down, and it took just over an hour altogether, and we took out the dough from the fridge, and now we're going to make our pie. Very lightly sprinkle some flour on the surface and on the rolling pin. And let's go. We are making a thin round to fit into a 22 centimeter in diameter tartine, bottom and the sides all the way up. But it's not a deep pie, so about just over 3 centimeters will do. Keep moving the dough, and bear in mind it should be lightly dusted with flour to prevent it sticking to the surface. So, by making it larger than we need, then we'll cut off all the excess dough and then make a lattice out of it, so it doesn't have to be perfectly round. This dough is so delicious. This pastry is as good as the filling, so we don't need to make it very thin. About 3 millimeters thick, something like that. That will do. Now I'm going to lift it and transfer it into the tin. Lower it in gently, like so. If I had, and if you have rimless tartine, even better, you can just roll the rolling pin on top of the tin and cut off in an even layer. Mine has a little lip there, so we need to cut it with kitchen scissors. So now just press it to make it nice and neat. We don't need to chill on the dough anymore. We don't need to chill the pie. We're going to bake it exactly as it is, as soon as we build it. Now let's prepare the lattice strips. So we collect all the scraps and roll them out again, this time in a rectangle, so we can have nice and neat rectangle to cut into strips. We'll need about 12, I'm guessing, 12 strips. And that's enough. And we're now going to cut it into strips. Just over a centimeter, just half an inch wide strips. This is not very even. We'll just cut this off and just go like this. Doesn't have to be precise, of course, just we're doing the best we can, aren't we? So as I was saying, this dough is so delicious. You will enjoy every bite of it. That's why we made the crust quite thick. So now I'm going to spoon in the filling. As you can see, it cooled down and thickened as we expected. Looking gorgeous, absolutely delicious as well. It's just a very, very happy combination. Apples, oranges, and a little bit a little bit of cinnamon. And now we're going to put the lattice on top and put it in the oven. No, egg wash and then in the oven. Right, so let's see how we get on. So we put it this way and then across. Over and under, over and under. Like this. And just so that's the lattice made. Now we're just going to press it down and cut the excess off because, like I said, unfortunately I don't have the sharp straight rim. I have to do it like this, but not a big deal. Now we're going to egg wash it. 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of cold water, whisk it together. And with a pastry brush, brush them, all these little strips all over. That's done, and now with just a pinch of sugar to make it nice and crunchy and beautiful. This is it. It's ready. It's now going into the preheated to 180 degrees Celsius oven or 170 fan assisted oven for 30 to 40 minutes until it's deep golden brown. So the pie is ready. It's fresh out of the oven. In my oven it took 35 minutes, so just watch yours. After 30 minutes, watch it. You don't want to burn it. And now we're just looking, obviously, I don't need to tell you, you can see it. It looks gorgeous. But we just want to wait until it cools down so we can slice it and try it. So our pie has cooled down. I'm now going to unmold it. Comes out easily, gorgeous, golden color all over. I'm just going to slide it onto this platter. It's not cold, but not hot either. It's just pleasantly warm. So you can eat it either warm or cold. Look at that. We don't normally do this. We don't normally try things on camera, and we've said that before, but we're doing it again.
How delicious. Oh my gosh. So perfect. And the pastry is so nice and tender. The apples are perfectly cooked. And that sauce, the combination of apples and oranges, the unexpected twist. So good. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Hope you try it.
Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, bye.